Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the Marvelous One, back at it again with Don and Philosophical. Yeah, what's up, fellas, man? You know, we're in week 3 now of the season, and I want to just take us back to some of those picks that we made for the division, right? Let's take a step back. Let's look at that, right? What picks do you see as your most reckless pick that you made early on, right? Of the team that you thought was going to break out this season and turn out to be some trash. What you got, Phil?
Man, I got 2 picks here, but I'll start off with the most obvious one, the Denver Broncos. My God, man. I predicted them to be third in the division. I thought Sean Payton would be a nice coaching upgrade for what they had last year. He would clean up some of Russell Wilson's inefficiencies. And I thought that defense would play much better. It has completely gone off the rails. Looks like this team has quit. And I don't know what else to say about this team. Yeah, it's just not going well right now. You know, they're making it about Sean Payton versus Russell Wilson. I tell you right now, Russell Wilson's not winning this battle. So one of my reckless picks is the Broncos. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about the Broncos. Are you saying that because the Broncos lost 70-20? I mean, because their first 2 games they were close, but this one, I mean, they got completely out of it. They got ugly.
Yeah, it got ugly, and it was a part of it. But I mean, I guess we probably need to see another week for them. If they lose to the Bears this week, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. If they lose to the Bears, I think the trains are really off the rails here. And the team, I think after this loss right here, this is a season-defining loss. So I think Sean Payton's probably lost the locker room. His lineman came out, Garrett Bowles came out and said, hey, you just want to win. A lot of the players are coming out speaking out. So internally, it's not good right now for the Broncos. It's just, let's think about those other losses too. I mean, it took a Hail Mary for Russell Wilson for that game to be close because that game was not close. And then, they had a close game against the Raiders. So I had them winning, 8 games? By the way they're playing right now, we're probably into maybe 4 or 5 game territory here. So that was a reckless pick by me. And my other reckless pick, I'm just going to lump these guys all in one, the whole AFC South. Right? The whole AFC South. I mean, good Lord. I mean, I had the Texans, being good, but I mean, the Jaguars, man, your defense is terrible. I called the Titans. I knew they were going to be bad. But CJ Stroud is balling out. The Jaguars, like I said, the defense is looking good. Trevor Lawrence is regressing. The Colts, their rookie quarterback's hurt. The whole AFC South is just bad. We've had conversations off air. I think other than the 3 powerhouses, the other teams in the AFC division look bad. So that was my picks. The Broncos and the AFC South.
In the entire division. I mean, I thought the AFC side was a surprise. I mean, the way the Colts are playing, the way the Texans are playing, I think that's a surprise. I mean, okay.
Yeah, but Anthony Richardson is hurt. Unless he comes back this week, he's still in concussion protocol. The Jaguars right now, I had them winning this division handedly. That does not look like it's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you jumping the gate talking crazy already.
Yeah, I don't know because I thought the Texans
3 games.
I thought the Texans were going to be rebuilding. CJ Stroud is making them look viable. The Colts, Marv thinks that's a dumpster fire. I just feel like they're just a campfire. And
I like that.
The Titans, as I've said and predicted, I got this right. I told Marv this off air. That rookie quarterback is coming, whether you like it or not. They're just not good right now. So the whole AFC South is
okay. All right. Don, who you got, man? Who's your reckless pick?
Man, my reckless pick, it boils down to one. The Panthers. I
knew where you going.
And here's the thing that got me a little bit, upset. And like I said before, we'll talk about other teams, about how teams give up, and you can see play on the field. You never seen Brett Favre get hit clean hits and things like that. Not Brett Favre, but Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Those guys didn't get clean hits. Their line held. They got holding penalties, and I don't think that line kind of respected them. Now they got an old veteran in there, and I don't think he's going to be any better. I think he's what you call it, sustainable, but I don't think that he's going to win any games.
You're talking about Andy Dalton, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Andy Dalton. Okay.
Yeah, so he's in there right now. You got a vet, but at the same time, he's not going to win no games. And if you're not going to win no games, so what are you doing? Are you playing for draft picks? You know, I mean, we thought the Cardinals was playing for draft picks, but we'll get into that later. We kind of found out the hard way, like like a couple other teams.
Well, let me say this: I don't think the Panthers are doing this, with the mindset of losing. I just don't think that kid is ready. Whatever is special about him, he ain't ready. He needs time. Most teams like their quarterbacks to sit behind a veteran to learn from the veteran. Yeah, and so I think this was the right move.
You got to throw him out of the fire because they're not going
anywhere. No, I disagree. Want to tell you why? Because look at how the Green Bay Packers have the blueprint for how to develop and transition.
That's true.
Leadership. You had Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, pass the handle. Yes, it was aggressively done, and some feelings was hurt. And then guess what? The same thing happened again. You went and picked it. Yes, I wouldn't pick somebody because I don't know when you're gonna jump ship, and when you jump ship, I want to be ready. They are a well positioned team right now due to the fact that they weren't scared to hurt a veteran's feelings and go out there and get some veterans out there. And I think that we're seeing that transition where as though you throw players out there too early. The Colts may have lost one of the greatest athletes ever because I hope the kid comes back and play. And I think Fields has been emotionally damaged. And we've seen how Geno was damaged until he went somewhere else.
Yeah, but check this out. This happened in the Saints-Panthers game. And I think that kid was shook up because the Saints were blitzing him. They kept him on his heels. And at one point in this game, he's in shotgun, and he's lined up in front of the right guard looking for the snap. And the Miles Sanders had to push him over, like, the center's over here.
Yeah.
That kid was shook
security.
up. It was shook. And I mean, the game is moving fast. It's at night. You know what I'm saying? Even though he played at Alabama, this is a different game. This is a different animal.
Marv, it's not a different game. It's people coming through unblocked. That line is trash.
I don't know about coming in unblocked, but they're coming. They're fast. They're much faster than they were in college. He tried to outrun one of my defensive ends. That wasn't happening.
That's not gonna happen.
This ain't Vanderbilt. He tried to run to the side, and they caught him, stripped the ball out of his hand. That ain't happening. And then the offensive line trying to block, and all my defensive tackle had to do was just reach his arm out and grab him and sling him to the ground.
In that aspect, I agree totally. These athletes are you got a team full of all-stars, whereas though in college you probably dealt with maybe one or two.
Exactly. Who's your other pick? So it was just the Panthers. That was just your one reckless?
That was the serious reckless one. I look at everything else. I think I panned out pretty good. I think the Giants have hurt me bad. I think they're looking real bad. I mean, right now they're at the bottom, and I do not see them moving forward because if Barkley's hurt, I don't see not Geno, but with Danny Downs. Danny Downs, playoff Danny. Hey, first of all, you got to earn a nickname through winning. Or we got to change that nickname to like tragic. Right. But that guy looks like hot trash.
He does.
And he doesn't look like he can manifest any offense to help that defense. They have a pretty good defense, but just like you said, Marv, they can't be out there playing, almost there 70% of the game.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to wear down. Yeah. Eventually, the offense is going to figure them out. So, okay, well, look. I think it's obvious what my reckless pick was early on. I mean, I felt really good about this. I was like, oh, man, young quarterback going in his third season, rushed for 1,000 yards last season. You add a top-tier receiver and DJ Moore. Oh, Nothing. What could go wrong with the Chicago Bears? Well, damn it, everything has gone wrong. I mean, Justin Fields is throwing bubble screens all game. I was like, how did you mess this up, Chicago Bears? I had you guys winning this division. I had you going 9-8 or 10-7, like winning this division. I knew the Vikings were going to take a step back. The Vikings got a tough schedule. You know, when you got the Eagles and all these other top tier teams on your schedule, you're going to take a step back. And this was the prime opportunity for the Bears to take control of this division. And I mean, I apologize to our listeners. I said that this team would win the division, and the dumpster fire was in the AFC South. I was mistaken. The dumpster fire is in the NFC North, and they're called the Chicago Bears. Because my goodness, they look terrible. All right.
Yeah, but I can honestly say, man, it as quick as we quick to pour dirt on people, I don't think that we should be quick to pour dirt, just like, you know, people quick to crown people. But I digress. We'll get into that later.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm putting dirt on the Bears. I normally want to give more time. You know,
no time
I can't.
Left. No time left.
There's no time left. I saw enough in 3 games. I mean, it would take a miracle.
Is it both? I think the head coach and the quarterback needs to go.
Don, I watched these games with the Bears, and there's one particular play, I sent it to you, where the receiver is running straight up the seam, wide open for a touchdown. And Justin Fields, you think he's looking at him, but apparently he's not. And I mean, clean pocket, everything was there. He doesn't pull the trigger. And it seems to be happening every game. Yep. I'm not sure what's going on in Chicago, but whatever it is, it ain't good. So, yeah, that's my reckless pick. Yeah. My second reckless pick, I agree with you. I had the Giants winning the NFC. Yeah, that. Oof. Wow. Yeah. You know, and I know I'm not going to hear the end of this from Dale. You know, he already let me know that's your division winner. Wow, they look bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened, man. So yeah, Bears and Giants, my reckless picks for the season. But hey, you can, our listeners out there, you know, the rest of my picks are good. The rest of them good.
I need y'all to go back and listen to
not your Titans pick. I'll tell you that. You need to bring up the Titans.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that I still give the Titans some time. I mean, at least the Titans got a win. The Bears don't even have a win on the season.
That's true.
That is true. And you start off 0-3. I mean, your chances of making the playoffs are slim enough.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on with week 3 here. So let's see. What was it?
A lot of blowouts this week.
Yeah. Well, there's one particular one. We're gonna get to
it. Yeah.
Let's start with the Thursday night game. So we had the 49ers at home against those pitiful, reckless pick Giants of mine. The 49ers manhandled them 30-12.
Yeah.
Wasn't pretty. Yeah. And then I guess it's only going to get worse that Saquon is out now too. So
yeah.
All right. Sunday game. The Browns torch the Titans 27-3.
And I just want to go back to the Giants. I had to cut you off. If they wouldn't have came back against the Cardinals, they'd be 0-3.
They would be.
They would be 0-3 if they come back against the Cardinals.
People don't speak on that, man, because they supposed to be in the basement right now.
They are close to being a dumpster
fire. I agree with you, and it would be ugly because they were getting blown out by the Cardinals.
Yeah, 28-0.
Yeah, they've been blown out 3 straight games. If we really look at it, if we want to count that Cardinals game as a blowout, they've been blown out 3 straight.
Yeah, and here's the thing that if the Cardinals didn't pick up that phone on the sideline from the owner, they probably.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm the owner, I'm calling too. What the hell are y'all doing?
They missed the call this week though, Don. They
missed that
call. I'm sure the owners said, "Nah, we playing the Cowboys. Let's get this win. We can get one win." Yeah, and Caleb Williams. All right, moving on. Yeah. I think we'll have to start taking the Browns seriously. I think Phil was the one that had the Browns doing
Yep.
pretty well this season. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
we're gonna have
did.
to we're gonna have to take them seriously here.
We'll
Yeah,
see
but I
what how
picked them
this
that
Nick.
game
We'll see
because
this Nick Chubb injury though. We'll see. We'll see how long this lasts.
it
But
doesn't matter with Nick Chubb because right now you have to change the dynamic of the offense, and now you're changing to a throw first offense,
Yeah,
and now
and it
that
and they got a
that that
quarterback.
that showed because and
Yeah,
now he can move. He's still moving now.
yeah,
but they they
he can
they
throw.
they
Yeah,
won this game without Nick Chubb, and they
yeah,
won it pretty handedly.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know if it matters. So
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
next game we had the Lions at home against the Falcons. The Lions won this one pretty easily,
Oh
20-6.
my
Um,
Falcons pick ain't looking good either.
Hey, Falcons with a wishbone offense. They out there running
Yeah,
pop Warner plays. I told you
yeah,
that quarterback hot trash.
yeah.
Hey,
oh
Nate the
man,
Great, your team is trash.
Well,
wow.
they shut down those two running backs. The Lions
Yeah,
did, and put
yeah.
the game into Ritter's hands, and he didn't do well with it. All
No,
right,
no.
next we had the Packers at home against my Saints,
Oh boy.
and yeah, oh boy, my Saints had a 17-0 lead.
With Carr in the game.
Carr in the game, and Carr hurt his shoulder, man. Carr has a AC joint strain on his throwing shoulder, so I see nothing less than 2 weeks, and probably
Okay.
as much as 4 weeks of him being out. So we kind of dodged the bullet. It's not as bad as they thought it was when he first went down, but it's still on his throwing shoulder. You got a
Yeah.
strain. So even if it heals well, that's still on his throwing arm. So that's going to affect his throwing.
Who'd you
But
back
yeah.
up?
Oh my God, Jameis Winston.
Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah. I mean, but let me just say this part about this game. And I know you guys been going back and forth with me. You want me to believe that Derek Carr is the second coming. This is the 11th straight game that my defense has held an opponent under 20 points. 11th straight game, and was 6-5 in those 11 games. That tells you how my offense has been performing. And it ain't been good. And in this game, at least I felt that the defense had been on the field way too long and couldn't hold this game in check. So,
But y'all was in the fourth quarter. At the
What,
beginning of the
17
fourth quarter,
yeah,
17-0.
yep.
And how long is a quarter, Marv?
Well, can I back up?
Go ahead, sir.
All right. So, we had a 17-0 lead in the second quarter. It was 17-0 in the second quarter. My defense held that 17-0 in the second. They held the 17-0 in the third. It held the 17-0 lead, but 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then the dam broke. I don't know what else you want.
Strength and conditioning coach need to be fired.
Okay, well, maybe so. That's it. Next slide. Let's get to this ugliness. Let's get to this. Let's get to this dumpster fire.
Oh man.
Dolphins at home against the Broncos, and the Dolphins won this game 70-20. Beat the Broncos by 50 points. I mean, goddamn, this was ugly. I see Phil rubbing his head right now, scratching his head. Like, what happened? To me, this is an all-out failure of coaching. This is the team giving up on the head coach. This is questionable, Sean Payton. I don't even know what to say. What else to say? This is ugly.
Well,
this looked like an SEC team going up against, some small college in Eastern Shore, Maryland, or something like that.
well, one thing is the Broncos are a dumpster fire, but I did pick the Miami Dolphins to win 11 games. That's looking good.
Oh, you had to throw that out there, huh?
Hey,
he's not gonna do no analysis, so I'll do some on this.
I'm just saying, Tua's upright. Tyreek Hill looked like he trying to win MVP. That offense is clicking. That defense is clicking too. So
I think the score was overinflated, and that was due to what Mom said. You seen the team out there that gave up. Yeah. I think a lot of things went wrong as far as coaching and playing, whereas though there should have been a time during the game that you should have pulled the starters. regardless of how you feel and what lessons you want to teach them, that's not the time to do it.
Right.
Because that's the quickest way to air out your dirty laundry. We already know that you have turmoil in your locker room, and that is the quickest way not to win, not to win players back. Because if they see you treat Russ like that, and you made him play almost a complete game, and they're getting blown out as a young player, I'm saying to myself, you ain't gonna treat me no better. And at the same time, we're looking at Russ for leadership because you wanted the bag, but you don't want the responsibility. So it's a lot of responsibility, and there's a lot of people that need to look at the man in the mirror. But I think that a lot of things that they did bring out their dirty laundry, to the public. The score was the first thing, and also, player participation, who was on the field for the duration when the game was like totally out of reach.
And I will say this to kind of end the point too. I'm looking at some of the stats here. Miami starter scored 50, actually, and the backup scored 20. So that tells me the Broncos really gave up.
Yeah.
So it's really bad. I think that's the more internal analysis we got to look into. That you let the backups come in and score 20 points. So something's going on internally in that locker room, and I don't know what's going to happen. So
yeah.
Well,
We'll see what happens next week because
it better be a fight.
That was ugly.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Next, we have the Vikings at home against the Chargers.
Boy.
Yeah. I went ahead with the Vikings. I thought the Vikings would pull out this one. I know Phil went ahead with the Chargers.
Yeah, I went with the Chargers.
The disrespect.
I went with the Chargers because I knew Herbert was going to come out and just sling the ball all over the place. This was
like Kirk wasn't throwing. Kirk wasn't throwing that rock.
Well, the coach was coaching for his life, so they were. I knew they were coming out, pulling all stops, and we just don't have the defense. So we're really going to take a step back. I need to rethink how many games about to win. I'm thinking 5 or 6 now.
What's the answer? Because right now y'all 0-3. And no win in sight. We're gonna talk about week 4 later on. But how do you get healthy, or how do you make the change?
They lose to the Panthers this week.
Kirk Cousins is balling out of control. I really want you to understand that he is balling out of control.
They lose to the Panthers this week, like they did against the Chargers, or get blown out. They got to make some tough decisions, because if you're not going to sign Kirk Cousins back, you might as well just call it a season and probably have to trade him. They're going to have to make some changes if they lose this week to the Panthers. Well, they're going to have to make some decisions.
Listen to what you just said, okay? First of all, I just told you that your quarterback is balling out of control.
That's our only asset.
If you're losing and he's balling out of control, that tells you that you have more holes in your overall roster.
Correct. Yeah. That's our only asset. We don't have any other assets to trade.
And you can't get nothing right now.
Well, look.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. Next slide, man. You ain't gonna solve all the Vikings' problems now, because apparently they ain't got no defense.
Nope. Yeah, they're playing two-hand touch, man.
They're playing two-hand touch out there.
They lose to Andy Dalton, it's gonna be some problems.
They play two-hand touch on the concrete. Ain't nobody hitting hard.
Right. Exactly. Now, let's talk about a quarterback that has just lost all confidence. Well, I don't think he really had any confidence when he was first drafted. We're talking about the Jets.
Oof.
Zach Wilson.
Man.
I mean,
Man.
Wow.
Man.
They lost.
I think. Go ahead, because everybody want to blame Zach, but guess who I'm blaming? I'm blaming the team. Because when you did all of that dirt,
no, you can't
blame. Hold on. Let me get my time.
What?
I'm saying to the fact that when you knew that you actually poured dirt on that kid, and you went out and you did everything to get Aaron Rodgers, and now this dude, he gets touched, and now you want me to come back and act like it's kumbaya. Y'all was trash last year.
Well,
even with Aaron, I didn't have y'all winning.
Well, in the offseason, they were talking about how he was a good backup. He was learning a lot.
But not only that, they were trying to just like your boy Bryce Young, they're trying to sit him behind a veteran so he can learn
Yeah,
because
that's true too.
obviously he doesn't know the game as well as he should. He relied heavily on his athleticism and his arm strength when he was at BYU, and now you got to be more mentally prepared for these games, and he's not.
Hey, listen, hold on. Let's keep it 100, all right? Aaron Rodgers got dumped and got slammed out. So that line was trash, even with a veteran quarterback back there.
What are you talking
So,
about? So did Andy Dalton got dumped. So did Kurt
James
Warner when
Winston.
he was.
Yeah,
They all got dumped.
yeah,
But
they all got
they're
done.
veterans that's been through the fire, and they're there to teach another kid, a young kid trying to learn this game how to handle it. Now, some of them do well. Some of them go through the fire and they come out
Yep.
stronger. Peyton Manning come out stronger. Eli Manning come
Look
out
at Baker
stronger.
Mayfield.
Yeah, but some of them don't.
Yeah.
Some of
Yep.
them don't.
so I think they're gonna give up on him the same way they gave up on Geno, and they threw Geno. They was gonna throw him. They did the same thing with Sanchez. I mean, Mark Sanchez. The Jets are terrible at player
San-
acquisition at the quarterback spot.
Sanchez never recovered.
Quarterback.
Gino
Yeah.
Gino took 9 years to recover from that. So I don't
Yep.
know. I don't know if it's the
Is he
Jets.
solid now?
He's solid now, but
He's solid, yeah.
he's set for 9 years. So yeah, but anyway, all right. Next slide, man. Let's get on to these Commanders. I want an explanation from Phil on what he saw to pick the Commanders over the Bills. I think the Bills were like what 9.5-point favorites or 6.5-point favorites in Washington against the Commanders, and they won this game 37-3.
You know what? I like this Commanders defense. I thought they were going to give the Bills trouble.
Stop.
And I was completely wrong. You know
Yes,
what I
you
mean?
were.
The Commanders
you
are
were.
just starting to be a little bit of a dumpster fire too. I mean, they got quarterback problems. Yeah, they got offensive line problems. The defense is playing well, but yeah, that was
It's
bad.
okay.
Just
It's
say they
okay.
just don't
It's a
have
bad- it
the
was a
offensive
bad pick.
acquisition to be out there trying to run that offense. And I know they got the new coordinator there. That's my frat brother, but I think that he's calling plays like he's still got Mahomes back there.
Well, Sam Howell's hold the ball too long. Sam Howell's hold the ball too long.
Like he got there going what's his name, Hill back there. I mean, he calling those type of plays and you just not don't have the roster for that. So I like the Commanders. I just think that right now they're in a rebuilding period.
Yeah. Anyway, next slide. I don't think they'll rebuild it. They're gonna rebuild after this foolishness.
They're gonna rebuild the coaching staff.
They're gonna rebuild the coaching staff and quarterback. Yes, it's all gonna be rebuilt after this. All right, next slide. Jags at home against those daggone Texans, man. Texans won this game 37-17, and I had a feeling that the Texans would do this, but I picked the Jags, man. I'm not freaking scared like this no more. I like what they're doing in Houston. I like what they're doing there.
I don't know what's going on with the Jags. No idea what's going on with the Jags.
They're not that good. Like I told you last season, they weren't that good. They peaked at the right time with a Titans team, a Tennessee Titans team that lost 7 straight games that allowed the Jags to win that division.
Yes, they did. And I think right now, they got to do some soul searching because if they lose another game, that's going to be 1-3, and that's almost being like a
yeah, but their defense isn't good either. They're struggling on defense too. I don't think it's an offensive problem.
No, it's not an offensive problem. But you got to look at it like this.
Defense.
You got to look at it like this too, Phil. They got a first place schedule. They already played the Chiefs. Now they got to play the Bills. Well, they get a break with the Bengals, but they got a first place schedule to play. So yeah,
yes, they do, and that's killing them too, Marv. I'm glad you brought that up because that first place schedule is not helping them at all.
That's true. Yeah,
no, it ain't helping them at all. So yeah, man. And then you lose to a team in your division, the Texans, the team that was supposed to steamroll.
Hey, let's go ahead and talk about the other elephant in the room. They lost 2 games at home.
Yeah,
so you can't even get no positive energy at home.
Yeah,
like, man, come on now.
Well, let's talk about the other elephant in the room. The Ravens at home against the Colts.
The
Let's talk about that other
the disrespect with the
Talk about
transition.
that
That
other
was
elephant.
cute.
Baltimore's
Yeah.
current team versus Baltimore's former team. The
With a
Colts
backup quarterback.
with a backup quarterback. Gordon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you like this.
Mhm.
The offense still, still trying to figure itself out, still trying to figure out the playbook. We had 7 starters. That was one that did not play, and that hurt us. But I'm gonna tell you what really hurt us: poor coaching at the end of the game. How Harbaugh got out coached because that safety should have helped us.
But that's the thing about it, Don. Your poor coaching at the end of the games has been going on for the past 2 seasons.
Oh no, when I said Harbaugh was on the hot seat, y'all thought I was joking. I mean, like that game right there, hey, I got it. We didn't play collectively solid as a team, but the defense did everything that they were supposed to do. They kept the ball in front of them, and they played lights out defense on that goal line. Whereas though they forced that safety, so they forced 2 points, but then all of a sudden they do a free kick, and now you fair catch a free kick in front of the 2 minute, giving them an extra timeout. I'm like, come on, choke yourself, man. And then the play calling doing after the 2 minute warning, that didn't help us out either.
Well, let me tell you this, man. I know one thing. You promised me. You promised me a lot of scoring for the Ravens. You told me this was going to be a new offense. This was going to be a high flying offense. You promised me the Dolphins.
He promised me too.
You promised me the Dolphins off. Yeah,
it's coming. And when they do, don't you
I was right about Lamar.
Don't bandwagon because I'm gonna record this.
I was right about Lamar.
You ain't right about no Lamar. Watch your mouth.
I was right about Lamar when I said Lamar with that last scene when he took the time off. He's gonna have a new offensive coordinator, and you think he's gonna come in here and just start throwing the ball out of the pocket, be accurate, and he's not.
He is accurate. Hold on. See, now you talking numbers.
You know what?
You're talking nonsense.
OBJ.
What is his completion rate? What is his completion rate?
OBJ has been.
Who has a higher completion rate?
I tell you what, fellas. I tell you what.
We're
gonna move on to the next slide.
I'll let y'all
fight this out. Fight this out later on after we stop recording.
Yeah. You choke yourself, Phil.
Next slide.
Just like Lamar is.
Seahawks at home against the Panthers. Seahawks won this game 37-27.
Back.
One thing I can say. Even though the Panthers lost this game, they were a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
With Dalton at quarterback here. So I think it was a smart move by the coach to sit the young rookie down, let him sit behind a veteran, learn from. Dalton's been around the league, for over 10 years now. So he's got a lot there. So I think that's good for the young kid. But Panthers still lost.
Geno is back.
Oh yeah. Real Geno stood back up. So yeah.
Yep.
Let's give him his props. Seahawks, they I still don't have them going to the playoffs, but yeah.
Wow.
I'm sticking with that.
Fired, guys.
Shots fired.
Wow, that may be another reckless pick in 3 weeks.
That ain't no reckless pick.
That's what we doing.
They just had a cupcake at the Panthers. Cupcake.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, speaking of cupcakes, we had the Chiefs at home against the Cupcake Bears.
Oh boy.
I mean, this was ugly. Chiefs 41-10 with the Swifties and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Yep. Taylor Swift watching the game. Yeah, not a good one. 41-10. I don't know what's going on in Chicago. That was reckless of me picking the Bears to win the NFC East. Reckless. North. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. The North.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of my reckless pick of the Giants winning the East.
Yeah.
They got a lot of things that they need to fix.
It can't be
internally. It's just not the quarterback. It's a lot more that's going on with them because I do not see that offense clicking. And everybody talking about the defense. The defense is just as bad.
They may get rid of the coach and the quarterback.
I said that before. Both of them need to go, and you just need to rip the Band-Aid off, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think Fields is the problem. But moving on. Next slide. Cardinals at home.
Oh man.
Against the Cowboys. You know what? I'm gonna just
Set
step
this
back
up
here.
right.
I'm gonna set it up for you. I'm gonna do like the Dwayne Wade, the LeBron James alley oop, when my arms are out like this, and Don
Yeah.
is catching that joint to slam it home. So the
Uh-oh.
Cardinals at home against the Cowboys, and I mean the Cardinals won this one 28-16, and yeah, it wasn't close. Don,
Wasn't that close?
If you want to crown them, crown them. We giving a 2 week Super Bowl challenge. I mean, we got people talking about Parsons, Micah. He's the next Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, the disrespect, Dallas do this every year, man. I'm feeling like Stephen A. They just a gift that keep on giving, and the disrespect, thinking that they gonna show up and that boy gonna roll off. And Michael talking about, yeah, I got a dartboard set up, and they got Dobbs on it, and I'm throwing them darts, and I'm hitting bullseye the whole way. That kid lit you up. They ran at you the whole game. They ran at you. You talking about you got this Super Bowl defense. And you got shut out by a team that everybody just threw dirt on. Everybody threw dirt on Arizona. And I'm sitting here wondering, when Murray get healthy, they might have a quarterback controversy. Somebody told me that young man was filling out applications for Amazon truck drivers.
Was Shannon Sharp that said that?
Shannon Sharp said that. This man was filling out applications for Amazon, and luckily Amazon turned him down and said they doing the hiring freeze. And then he said, well, maybe I need to try this football thing one more time.
You lost
to that guy.
Another point is, go ahead.
I was going to say, he showed up, 3 weeks ago? He wasn't there for training camp, then playing in the preseason games.
Everybody threw it. Yeah.
In the last 2 games, this kid has outplayed half the quarterbacks in this league.
Yeah.
Hey, right now, he's a top 10 quarterback to me.
Well, also, Don, talk about how the real Dak Prescott showed up.
Hey, throwing interceptions in the red zone, in the end zone. I mean, what other way can you lose a game?
Yeah.
And then you can't run the ball and you can't throw the ball. And the defense, I keep telling everybody, that kid, that cornerback getting hurt, it hurt him a lot.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what Dale has to say. Make sure you leave a comment, Dale. Anyway.
We should have had you on this week.
All right, Raiders at home against the Steelers. Yeah, Don. Yeah, that dude that's on the hot seat in Pittsburgh won another.
Still on the hot seat.
Yeah. You picked the Raiders, huh? Yeah. Steelers won this one 23-18. Steelers are now 2-1.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to the 2 Monday night games. We had the Tampa Buccaneers at home against the Eagles. Yeah. Eagles win 25-11. This was an ugly game for the Bucs. I mean, they could not stop the Eagles' run game. I'm hoping this is what we can do to them. I mean, can we run up and down the field on the Bucs too?
But Philadelphia looks solid because Hurts threw 2 interceptions, man. But that defensive
line,
yeah.
But Hurts. I mean, this game could have been even worse if Hurts didn't throw those interceptions.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact.
Yeah. Because he threw one in the end zone, and then he threw another one as they were driving. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this game could have been worse. All right, and lastly, we had the Bengals at home against the Rams.
Rams, you owe me.
I don't know why I picked the Rams. I listening in the field. I should have went with the Bengals.
Man, you did right, man. The Rams folded on that game, and I don't know because Stafford, those 2 interceptions was too poorly thrown. He should have never threw them, and they would have still been in the game, man. I blame that on him, just trying to make things happen when he shouldn't. Yep. Shame on him.
Yeah, but I mean, this was a must win for the Bengals. And it was a must win for them.
They still didn't look good.
0-3.
They still don't look good though.
They still don't look good, but they had to win this one. So
hey, Burrow looked like Charles Xavier back there in the wheelchair. Man.
I know.
Burrow's hurt. He's hurt. Yeah,
he's hurt. So yeah, we'll see if I pick him next week. All right, let's move it on to week 4. Let's make our picks here. All right, so we got the Thursday night game. We got the Packers at home against the Lions. Um, the Lions are 1.5 point road favorites here. Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. I think the Lions are going to win this game. I wasn't really impressed with the Packers. I thought Jordan Love was better. When I saw him that first game of the season, when he looked real good against the Bears. And then I realized who the Bears are now 3 games into the season. The Bears are really bad. And that was a cupcake for the Packers. And the Packers haven't looked good since.
Sounds
So,
like you got a rant for the Bears, Barf.
yeah, I was really disappointed about it.
You want your rent money back.
So he say you hold back words for the Bears.
Yeah, I am. I was disappointed in the Bears. So, yeah, I got the Lions winning this game. Who you got, Don?
Man, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go with the Lions. The Packers look good, but I don't think they look that good. But I think that Detroit, they have a solid team. I think they built for the win on this one.
Phil.
Um, I like the improvement of Jordan Love, but I think Detroit is they play different. They're a different team this year, so I'm gonna go with Detroit on this one this week.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like Jordan Love, when they played against the Saints,
He struggled.
He struggled, and a lot of his big plays, believe it or not, were on pass interference plays. They were just chucking it up down the field. They were just trying to get something.
Yep.
And they got some, I wouldn't say lucky, but one of those call plays like you're like,
the Saints defensive line got at him.
They did. They got to him. They got to him. They pressured him. But it was the deep balls and the pass interference calls. They had like 3 big ones for like 40, 30 yards that set them up for touchdowns. So,
I think Detroit, this is a game. This is a must win for Detroit. Must win.
Well, both teams are 2-1, so
both teams 2-1, but I think it's more for Green Bay because Green Bay got to win at home.
Win for Detroit, though. Statement win for Detroit.
Yeah, but you don't think Green Bay got to protect home field?
Yeah. This is an important game for both of them. It's a division game.
I'm talking about for Detroit as far as making that leap into being serious.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Packers look real good. They got a young quarterback. He looks comfortable, back there running that offense. And I think that if he wins at home, that can be that transition point that we're talking about.
The way the NFC North is looking, if the Packers lose or Detroit lose, I mean, good Lord. I mean, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So we got a Sunday morning game, international series game. We
London, right?
Is it London?
Yeah, it's in London. Is it London?
Okay, this is London. Okay. All right, so we got the Jags. Jags are the home team. And they're playing the Falcons. The Jags are 3-point, air quotes, home favorites here.
Everybody jet lag. Shit.
Yeah, everybody jet lag here.
Yeah.
I think the Jag fans get screwed out of a home game. So, this one here, I kind of went back and forth. I'm not quite sure. I think the Jags defense is not good. And, this wishbone offense might run up and down on the Jags defense. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he's competing, but I think he's not good enough yet. I don't want to say he's just not good. I don't think he's good enough yet to overcome a bad defense. So I'm going with the Falcons. I hate saying that, but I'm going with the Falcons. Don, who you got?
Oh, man, I'm going against Nate's team. I mean, that wishbone offense, I just don't think that it's going to be enough. I think this is the time where actually Trevor's going to come back and he's going to show everybody that he's that elite young quarterback that's up and coming. So I got the Jaguars winning this one.
Phil, who you got?
I got the Falcons winning this. I don't like the Jags are playing. I don't like their defense right now.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I
think it all falls apart here.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a tough loss. So, all right, next we have the game of the week here. The Bills at home against the Dolphins. I will be watching this. The Bills are 2.5-point home favorites, and I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm going with the Bills. I think the Bills are going to win this game. I think that the Dolphins get slapped back down to reality, and plus I had the Bills winning the division as well. So they got to win this to make my picks. So I got the Bills winning this. Don, who you got?
In my Big Daddy Kane voice, what you on, huh? Dope or dog food? Man, you got to be crazy. You know I'm going with them Dolphins. They just rack up 7. Hey, that's all I'm hearing. You know what people be saying. Hey, price check on this.
But
Beat it. 10 items or less. And he got a cart full of groceries.
but you gotta look at this. The Bills just beat down on the Commanders 37-3. So both teams are coming off of beat downs.
I'm not impressed. And guess what? The Bills have shown the totality to turn the ball over. I haven't seen Tua turn the ball over like that yet.
Okay, we'll see. Let's see if what Phil picks to break the tie. Well,
I got the Dolphins here. You score 70 points, and I'll tell you right now.
All right, let's move on. Next slide, Phil. You disappoint me, Phil.
Dolphins.
I should have known because you don't like the Bills.
Nope.
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go on this one on by myself here. So it's all good. All right. Y'all know where I'm going here. So we got the Bears at home against the Broncos. I'm done with the Bears. I'm never picking them again. Done. I'm picking the Broncos. I think that Sean Payton was embarrassed. I think the players were embarrassed. They're probably talking it over. Sean Payton coming in with flowers and chocolate to apologize. Russ started to say that, you were kissing babies. I didn't mean it. I need you guys back on my team. Give me a hug. And it all works out. And they got a cupcake on the schedule and they beat the Bears. So I got the Broncos winning this game. Who you got, Don?
Yeah, so before I go with my pick, I disagree with everything that you said because I don't believe in Sean Payton as a coach. And I don't believe in those players to even believe in Sean Payton or believe in themselves. Duly noted, that being said, I still don't believe it that with all that dysfunction, that the Bears have a chance. That shows how bad the Bears are. Is that with all that dysfunction that I just talked about, I still think you gonna lose. Damn.
You still don't believe in the Bears.
I still don't believe in the Bears. They gonna fire Sean Payton and Russ with that Walmart money.
Sean Payton has left a card by every player, apologizing, sorry. Sincerely, Sean Payton, XOXO, hugs and kisses. Please forgive me.
They said a bonfire with all them cards. I still don't believe it. They probably egged Sean. Hey, look, Sean probably catching the Uber to work because after the game, they probably egged this card, man. Yeah, they done with him.
Phil, who you got, man?
Hear me out here. All right.
Oh,
so this is hear me out here, right? And this is gonna be my bold pick. And this may be the most bold pick I do all season because I tell you right now, this is gonna be the last time I pick the Bears, right? But I think this is a crucial week for the Bears. If Justin Fields does not show any improvement, you don't get 70 points put up on you, and you think the next week you about to be just back to normal. I think the Broncos got internal problems. I think their score is going to be real low. I'm talking like 14 to like 10. So I'm picking the Bears here. Bold pick.
Woo! Let me circle this. Get the clown music ready for you.
Yeah, I mean this could be.
Hey, but the crazy part is this is the trash bowl.
This is the trash bowl.
This is the trash bowl.
Two dysfunctional teams headed in the wrong direction. But this is if the Bears get blown out here, this is the last time to choose the Bears.
So what if the Broncos lose, Ma?
Well, good thing these two teams aren't playing each other again. I won't find myself in this dilemma on which trash I'm gonna pick. So I don't know. I don't even want to look that far down. I don't know what's going to happen with either one of these teams once they lose.
I don't either, man.
I just know I promised y'all I wouldn't pick the Bears anymore. I'm not picking. I'm done.
If I was a player or a coach, I would not be cashing these checks. I'd be putting them in savings.
You do not get 70. You don't get 70 points put up on you, and then all of a sudden next week you just like, all right, well, come on.
I'm using all my checks to pay bills, man.
That's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
I
we'll
just
see.
know
We'll see.
I know the Bears, the Broncos have Russell Wilson. He's not as bad as Justin Fields, so I got the Broncos winning this game. Next slide. All right. So we got Cleveland's current team against Cleveland's old team. We have the Browns
Ain't
at
Cleveland old
home.
team. I changed my last name. You
We
talking
have
about the
Browns.
Colts?
You just changed your name, but you still the Browns. We got the
The Browns
Browns
ain't win the
at
Super Bowl.
home
Next slide.
at home against the Ravens. The Browns are 2.5 point home favorites. Yes, I am going with the Browns. I am starting to believe Browns over the Ravens. Ravens have shown me over and over again that they can't get it done in the fourth quarter. You can look at me. I don't care. I'm going with the Browns. Who you got, Don?
Hell with you and Las Vegas. And hell with Phil if you don't make the right choice. Ravens.
Phil. Browns.
I said this in the beginning of the season. This will be one of the elite defenses the Ravens are going to play starting this season. I got the Browns winning this. Ravens do not look good offensively, and
Nope.
this will be the test this week.
You promised us a high flying offense.
This has been if you think about it, they played the Colts,
Mm-hmm.
Texans,
Mm-hmm.
and the Bengals, all bad defenses, and they have struggled on offense. So
Your analysis is trash.
they're getting ready to play an elite defense, and we're gonna see what happens. And I think the Browns are gonna win this game.
I want to open apologies from both you clowns.
Okay.
Next slide.
Okay.
All right. And I want an apology from you
I
after the
want an
Ravens
apology.
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling for Tyler Huntley to get in there. Since you like him so much. He made the Pro Bowl.
The disrespect.
They
Y'all
haven't played
crazy.
they haven't played any elite defenses all year. This is that elite defense.
How you
Are you serious?
How you leave a Pro Bowl quarterback like Tyler Huntley on the bench?
That lets you know that the starting quarterback is a unanimous MVP.
What elite defense have they played this season, Don?
We play who's in front of us. Stop playing, man. We play who's in front of us. The Browns gonna get their chance to get ran up on.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
Titans. I said it with my chest.
Titans at home against the Bengals. Bengals are 2.5 point road favorites here. And I think the Bengals are getting it together. I told you I'm done with the Titans. I'm going with the Bengals here. I'm done. I'm done with the Titans. I've seen enough. Don, who you got?
Man, I want to pick the Titans so daggone bad, man. I really did. But they so trash and ass, man. They so trash. I can't even do it. This is gonna set me back.
It don't make sense. They should be good.
They should be, but they trash, man. They stink. They stink real bad, man. I gotta go with the Bengals.
Wait, I couldn't hear you. What team did you pick, Don?
The
Bengals. Did you say Bengals?
Hey, man, couldn't you hear what I said, man?
Come on, man. I said Falcons, so I mean you could say Bengals.
I said Bengals.
Just say Cincinnati.
Who you got, Phil?
Man, I got the Bengals. I don't have to explain. This may be it for Tannehill this week. So
it might be. It might be.
Woo!
I've seen enough. He's done.
11 years of data.
Yeah, well, he finally hit that cliff.
Strong arm.
So yeah, he's finally falling off that cliff. All right. Next, we have the Colts at home against the Rams. Colts are 1.5 point home favorites. Yeah, I'm starting to believe. I got the Colts winning this one. Don, who you got?
Wow.
Yeah, I got the Colts. The Colts look pretty solid, and I like the way that they're doing their play calling. Believe it or not, I like their coach, man. He got a little bit of spice to him, man. I mean, for him to, call some of the plays that he did and playing with the fake field goal, no field goal. I mean, that shows that, he wants his team to be well coached, and he understands that he can make people burn time out. So he's looking at the whole aspect of the game. I like the gamesmanship that he did with Harbaugh. So I got to go with the Colts.
Bill.
Is Anthony Richardson playing this game?
No.
Oh,
I doubt
okay.
it. I doubt. Honestly, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't believe in Gardner Minshew. Sorry. There's no way I'm picking Gardner Minshew over Matthew Stafford. The Rams are going to win this game.
Is Cooper Cup playing in this game?
I think he's questionable.
Boom, 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 burn.
You know,
Exactly.
You know they got. I think you know they, wait a minute,
You see the
they're
long
two,
pause now.
they're 2-1. They're 2-1 with the rookie wide receiver. You act like that other wide receiver ain't playing well.
He is, but Cooper Cup made the difference, and
Oh, okay.
the
All right.
Colts are
Well,
2-1.
okay. Well,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, well,
this was your surprise pick of the year.
It was. It was. They beat up on an offensively limited Ravens team, right?
Ooh,
Hey, Phil, I know where you live at, man. You being real disrespectful,
yeah,
man. I
wow,
mean,
yeah.
you lost your daggone mind talking crazy. You talking real crazy.
All nothing but field goals at that, you know.
All right, next we have the Saints at home against the Tampa Buccaneers. This is tough. As I mentioned earlier, Derek Carr is out. He's probably out this game. I think he is. It hasn't been announced yet. But when you go down with an AC joint strain on your throwing shoulder, he's out. I'm just gonna say it. He is out. I doubt seriously that he's gonna play in this game. So that means Jameis Winston is starting. Oh my goodness. And he's playing against his old team. Yeah, this was tough. I tried really hard. Now, I could just lie to everybody and just say, yeah, Saints gonna win it. I could just lie to you, but I had to look at the name of the show, Voice of Reason, and I just can't lie to you guys. I not with this guy at quarterback, Derek Carr. I was gonna say we're gonna win this. I just don't trust Jameis Winston. I gotta go with the Buccaneers. So, Saints are 3-point home favorites, and I like that crowd. But I like our home crowd. Alvin Kamara should be back. That should help some. But yeah, we are a mess offensively. Our offensive line can't block. They are struggling. Trevor Penning got beat like a drum. He's been beat like a drum every game this season. So, like, it's not like, Derek Carr is causing all these problems. He's not protected. So he's not a great quarterback as it is, and then you don't have any protection. Yeah. And now you got Jameis Winston coming in, and he's not going to be protected. Well, I don't see it. So I'm picking the Bucks, but I'm rooting for the Saints. Don, who you got?
Man, that was a long, drawn-out statement. I was about to say next slide. Man, he's so drama,
I like to yield back my time now, man. That was my time.
He's so emotional. Man, they say your quarterback ain't starting. You ain't believe in him when he was starting, so I'm going to go with the Bucks.
You going with the Bucks? Yeah. Who you got, Phil?
I'm going with the Bucks, too.
Hey,
see how easy that was, man?
Hey man, this was hard. This
was a tough game.
And he said it with a St. Jersey on.
Hey, but like I told you,
Breeze in the background, rolling over his way.
You want me to lie to you? You want me to change the name of the show from Voice of Reason?
I thought you had that lights out defense.
It's bad, but in today's NFL, you need a quarterback. Like if this was 2000, when the Ravens won the Super Bowl, 2002,
when you won 2 of them,
2001, when you could just knock out receivers and lie on the quarterback and break their shoulder like they did with Rich Gannon,
Tyler Huntley,
Yeah, you can't do that stuff anymore. You need a quarterback. Your defense can only hold back the offense for so long.
Yeah.
So
Torrey Smith,
Yeah. I don't see it. Anyway, next slide. Eagles at home against the Commanders. Eagles are 8-point home favorites. Yeah, I don't see the Commanders doing anything this game. I got the Eagles winning. Don.
Man, this is real easy. Eagles, man. And they at home. This is gonna be ugly.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly. But we know Phil is gonna give us a reason why the Commanders are gonna win. Go ahead, Phil. Why the Commanders gonna win this game? Come on, Phil.
I got the Eagles winning. I don't think they're gonna win by more than 8, though. I think this game is gonna be closer. Historically, Commanders always play the Eagles tough. So
wait. How do you pick the Commanders to beat the Bills last week? But you don't pick them to beat the Eagles.
After the Eagles are on a different planet right now than everybody else.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I mean, that defense is just too
okay.
nasty.
All right. Well, here's one I know you will pick. Here's one. We got the Panthers at home against the Vikings. The Vikings are 3.5-point road favorites. Yeah, Phil. I think you're gonna pick the Vikings on it, but I'm not picking the Vikings. I think the Panthers are going to win this game. I think the Vikings are reeling. And I think this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I think Andy Dalton is going to play well and get the Panthers their first win in the season. This is my bold pick. I got the Panthers winning. Don, who you got?
Man, I'm going with the Vikings, man. I believe in Kirk Cousins. You like that?
I believe in Kirk, too. Kirk probably going to put up a lot of yards, but his defense is going to put up a lot of yards, too.
But I don't think the Panthers going to put up as many points as he is. The first team to 37 wins.
I agree. Phil, who you got?
I'm sorry to say this. The Panthers played tough last week against a much better defense. I tell you what, I'm going to pick the Panthers here. And I predicted this game is remotely bad, like we did against the Chargers, all these other teams. It's gonna be real bad in Minnesota pretty soon. 0-4. But I'm picking the Panthers here. It's another bold pick for me.
He took his glasses.
The amount of disrespect that you have for Kirk Cousins.
I'm picking the Panthers here on another bold pick here. I just don't trust.
Bold pick.
I don't know
who you guys are, man. Can y'all go home?
Dude,
can y'all go home?
This is the voice of reason.
I don't trust their defense.
Phil, lie to us. That's what Don wants you to do. Lie to us.
Well, this game ended a tie.
You know what? Hey, and both of y'all gonna wind up winning. And then, and listen, I need y'all to start talking. Don't worry about it.
Didn't you pick the Panthers to win 10 games?
I just need these games to transition away. That way I can set the stage right for it. Don't worry about it.
Didn't you pick the Panthers to win 10 games?
Well, after we make our picks, we're going to review who's leading with the picks.
Yep.
And we already know who that person is. So if you want to continue.
Hey, hold on. You want to talk like Jerry Jones and the Cowboys? Keep
going. Look.
Hey, we know how that worked out.
I'm definitely not talking like no Jerry Jones. All right, next slide. Texans at home against the Steelers. Steelers are 3-point road favorites here. I'm going with the Steelers, although I like what the Texans are doing. I think the Steelers have a much better defense than the Jags, and they're going to hold Stroud down just a little bit and get this win. Don, who you got?
I'm going with the Texans, man. Of course. What you talking about?
Yeah. Phil,
I'm going with Texans.
I think the Texans are going to come back down to earth. I got the Steelers here.
Yeah, I got the Steelers too. That defense is nice.
Yeah.
Next we got the Chargers at home against the Raiders. Chargers are 5.5-point home favorites. I'm going with the Chargers. I think they get a win from the Raiders. Don.
Man, Jimmy G, man, death by 1,000 paper cuts. I mean, he's like corn, man. Empty calories, man. He puts up a whole bunch of yards. It doesn't even equal field goals. He's just a bunch of empty calories and a whole bunch of completions, man. His play efficiency is high, but I need you to get in that goddamn red zone and do something.
Man, who you got?
Man, I got the Chargers.
You say all of that to say you go with the Chargers. Phil, who you got?
I got the Chargers here. I think the Raiders are reeling. I think Devontae Adams trade rumors are very true. I think he'll be traded really soon, actually. So I think the Raiders are reeling. So Chargers.
All right.
Jimmy can't push the ball downfield.
All right. Next slide. Cowboys at home against the Patriots. Woo! Cowboys are 7-point home favorites. All right, so this is my bold pick here. I'm going with the Patriots. I think a lot was exposed about the Cowboys. And I think the Patriots, Bill Belichick, he figures stuff out.
Yep.
I think the Patriots get this win. I'm going with the Patriots. This is bold. I know I'm gonna hear about it in the chat. I don't care. Leave your comments, Dale. Going with the Patriots. Who you got, Don? Yeah,
I
two
don't even
teams
believe
here.
you believe in Belichick?
I believe in that coach that's on the hot seat, you said.
Belichick lose this game. I think the Cowboys losing at home. You gotta be kidding me,
So
man.
you
There's
go
no
with
way. It's no way.
we said that last
No
week.
way.
We said that last week.
It's no way. Hey, listen. I'm gonna go out on the bold one. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna try to get a win with the Cowboys. Something that I traditionally don't want to do, and traditionally I didn't have to do. But this one right here, Cowboy Nation, I'm telling you, if you lose this game, you think Stephen A is bad. I'm be on your ass.
So you got the Cowboys.
The Cowboys better win. They at home, and he just got stomped out. Come on, man, stop playing.
Okay. All right. Phil, who you got?
I got the Patriots. I think this Trayvon Diggs injury is serious, more serious than it is. If you look last week, they had Parsons in coverage. They had him running all over the field, and I think the Cowboys are in trouble. Dak Prescott is the real Dak Prescott showed up last week. I think the Cowboys are in trouble. So
y'all are so disrespectful.
Picking the Patriots.
All right. Next slide. 49ers at home against the Cardinals. So 49ers are 14-point.
That might be game of the week.
14. I think the Cardinals come back down to earth. Good run. But yeah, not against the 49ers. Not against the 49ers at home. So I got the 49ers winning this game. Maybe not by 14. 49ers win. Don, who you got?
Yeah, I got the 49ers not covering the spread, but I got them win. If it was on the spread, I probably didn't take the Cardinals because they're not an easy win. They showed a lot of people that we gonna fold, but we ain't folding easily.
Right. They're not a cupcake like I thought they would be. Phil, who you got?
Well, I should have picked the Cardinals last week, but I'm not going to pick them this week. So I'm picking the 49ers here. The 49ers, they look like
he tried to catch up.
Yeah, 49ers looking like Super Bowl contenders.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Super Bowl contenders, we have the Jets, not the Jets. We got the Jets at home against the Chiefs.
Another team Marv predicted. Yeah, that should have been on your reckless pick list too.
The
Jets.
Shots fired.
You see, he had the Jets high on his list too.
I did too.
I didn't. They were who we thought they were.
Anyway, Chiefs are 9.5-point road favorites. I got the Chiefs. I don't believe in the Jets. Don, who you got?
Chiefs.
Phil.
I believe in Taylor Swift, so I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Swifties. They're gonna be all over.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, we got the Monday night game. We have the Giants at home against Geno and the Seahawks. The Giants are 1.5-point home favorites. I don't know what the hell Vegas knows or what they heard, but I don't know how the Giants are favored in this game. No way. I got the Seahawks winning this game. Who you got, Don?
So right now I'm kind of peed off because I'm looking at not only the two games, but I'm looking at the time slot. You got the Jets playing Sunday prime time, and then you got Monday Night Football. They need to start flexing some of these games because these two games are trash. These are garbage games. I got the Seahawks winning that game, and I got the Chiefs winning that game. And listen, now I got to go and find out what's playing on Hulu, and I got to find out what's playing on Netflix. They got a new movie out right now, so I'll probably get caught up on some of my movies. And I'm in class right now, so I'll get caught up on some of my reading because Sunday night and Monday night is trash.
Yeah, I'm going to find something to watch. Yeah. So you got the Seahawks, man?
I got the Seahawks, man. The Giants are trash.
Man, you said all of that to say you got the Seahawks.
Yeah, right. Because I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of these New York media getting prime time, man. They garbage.
Who you got, Phil?
Yeah, I think I'll be somewhere reading the book during the Ravens game.
You read the book during the Vikings game. Got the Vikings hat on. You read when it was 13 wins.
This is probably gonna be another blowout. So I got the Seahawks here.
Okay, Seahawks here. All right, so Don, what's the records now? I know I win 10-6.
Yeah, you was on fire, man. I mean, this 2 weeks back to back.
Yes, sir.
So you went 10-6 this week, man, Phil. So you increased your lead on everybody. You got a 2-game lead over me and a 4-game lead over helpless Phil.
Don't you worry, I'll be back. I came back last year.
Yeah, 4 games, Phil. Hey, Phil. Yeah, but Marv been on fire 2 weeks back to back, but I think he set himself in position to fall back like usual because right now Marv is really feeling himself. So stay tuned, folks. Yeah. Marv is going just like the Cowboys. He's going to do what we always do. Fall back.
Call him Marv Prescott.
Oh boy, the disrespect, man. Let's go to wrap this thing up. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Y'all can go to hell.